What's going on, YouTube? We are live. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know how everything looks. Let me know how everything sounds. We are back. What's going on, D. James? We see Heimdall in the building, the all-seeing one. 30 seconds until the update of the year. Anyways, I'm just joking. It's gonna be hard for them to top all the events and crazy rewards they just gave out for the anniversary. But patch notes, we're kind of late. I ain't gonna hold you. Video coming on the patch. But yeah, what's going on, rear ear? I see Monster 86. I see Kate in the chat. Of course. Love you too. Oh, by the way, guys, I got Kate to watch X-Men 97 with me. We on episode 3. She hates it, by the way. Spoiler alert. Damn, it looks like really like grainy. Is that from, yeah, that's from their end, right? Yeah. But yeah, I got her to watch 3 episodes with me. So far, it's okay. It's okay for me. But for her, not so much. She's like, oh,
Good evening, agents, and welcome back to another Marvel Future Fight live stream. Thanks for joining us as always. I'm your community manager, 3RL. I can't believe it's already another live stream. I feel like time just flies. I blink, go to sleep, they put me in a closet, and I wake up and I'm here for another live stream.
this guy.
No, you've already seen it posted on the forums a little bit, but we're here. How you doing, announcer?
It's
Check.
Good to be back. Hey man, I'm actually glad that everybody's was enjoying the 10-year anniversary. I saw a lot of positivity and a lot of
Agreed,
community
yeah.
sentiment that was really overall positive compared to the recent updates. So I hope you guys enjoyed all those goodies, all the good events, all the fun stuff in game. Yeah, it's 10 years, man. That's crazy. I still can't get over it.
I know.
Really? You can't hear him?
Try to have my iPad over here so I can say hello. Check it out. Hope everyone is doing well on this Monday evening. Thank you again for joining us. Anyway, let's get right into it.
How is it now?
Announcer, tough question for you.
It sounds low for me too, but I turned it up on my end.
I think I have what it takes to be recruited by Professor X.
I mean, bro, if they needed some tech guy, some sound guy on the back end, that would be all over you, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder what your superpower would be.
Could help with the tech side. I would, whether they need a DJ or some morale or, just I want to be a part of the X-Men.
DJ 3RL.
Okay, turn it up a little bit.
X-Men. Anyway, X-Men, as you know, superheroes to protect humanity with their mutant superpowers are back. Everyone known and has seen the
Yeah, it's really low in my headphones from them as well, but I turned it up for you guys.
97, which I know many agents have been looking forward to, and I've been seeing it in comments.
Yeah, they've been super excited for X-Men 97 forever, and I'm super glad that we're finally doing this live, bro. Let's go.
Turned up the volume in the chat. How do I sound? Everybody let me know. In this update, turn up a little bit more. All right, check. How do I sound? Pump up the volume, someone says.
Pump up the volume says, I hate
All
this.
right.
Pump it up.
Too low? Okay.
Yeah, it's still low.
Get it figured out. Wait a little bit. Okay, cool. Anyway, right into it. Thanks for being patient. All right, in this update, Beast has received a new uniform and a tier 4 advancement, and Storm and Cyclops have also got new uniforms.
There they are.
Yeah.
Their portraits, even the portraits themselves, dude, kind of give off that nostalgic vibe.
Yeah.
The blue, white, the red background. I like it, dude.
And they're very clean. I will say there's a lot of details going in there. Also, Roberto da Costa, aka Sunspot, was introduced as a new mutant at Xavier's school and has stumbled his way into the battlegrounds of Marvel Future Fight as a new hero joining the game, and you'll be able to get him tomorrow.
I'm always proud to have some Latino representation, bro. Let's go.
This guy.
And lastly, there's one hero who's been left out And you've seen the beautiful key art. That's Bishop. He'll be joining the team in a future update, so be sure to check it out in the forums for more information when that comes. So if you're a Bishop fan, stay tuned.
Y'all better do right by my boy.
Who in the chat is an X-Men 97 fan? Please spam the X if you've seen the show.
Let's get those X's in the chat, fam. If you're a X-Men 97 fan.
I see someone saying there's a little bit of reverb. Echo bad. Okay, turning it back down.
And no, it's not you, 3RL. You're good. It's
Cool.
the announcer that's
We're
echoing.
working on it, chat. Thanks for being patient. Let's see if we got some X's in the chat. I have to confess here and say I really wanted to like binge watch all of the available season before this live stream. But I was, got busy. I did watch the recent Marvel movie that came out to Disney Plus. I think it came out this weekend or last. And I'm still waiting to see Thunderbolts. But anyway, enough about that. Look at
I like the honesty.
in the chat.
I like
Let's
the
go.
honesty.
We got fans. All
I hate when they pretend like they
let's
actually
go
watch the
before we get
stuff.
started, it's time to dive into the June update. But first, please note the footage presented today is on a test build in a testing environment, and there still might be differences from what you see on my screen versus what was released in the forums. So just in case you're new here, we also have a GIF regions at the very end, so please look out for that. And as always, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. With that, let's jump into the June updates. All right, first up.
This made
give
no
a
sense
quick,
to me.
Shout out to Goliath, Yellow Jacket, and Cassie Lang, who have gained potential transcendence.
It makes
So be
no
sure
sense
to look
to
forward
me.
to them and with this update. But
Cheesy!
jump
What's good, my boy?
into the
What's good,
action,
Shishio?
shall we? Alrighty, first we're gonna meet Sunspot, a new hero added to this update. Let's take a look at his uniform here. He is ripped. There we go.
To see him all like blacked out like that.
Yeah, with like the particles, it look really fun.
Tell my baby I say good night, kid.
On muted chat, so hopefully you guys can still pick me up.
All right, yeah. He's a new hero. He uses solar energy, absorbs the light around him, and appears black, just like the name. When he uses his ability, you think you look at the stun. Maybe you shouldn't have stared at it directly, but
Is it me that's cutting
makes
out,
sense,
or
you
is
know,
it these
sunspots.
guys?
He can be advanced to a tier 3 right after release. And Sunspot gathers solar energy and bursts into a powerful explosion. His steps are
Yeah,
so
it has
hot,
to be
he
them.
makes the ground as hot as the surface of the sun when he attacks his enemies. His leader skill is called Sunshine. Zoom out a little bit, he's not so far away. Applies to all allies, increases speed by a small percentage. His passive skill is called Solar Heat and increases flame damage for all allies. And his tier 2 passive is called Blessed by the Sun. Applies to self and increases guaranteed crit rate, ignores target dodge rate, and increases skill and bonus damage. I wish I was blessed by the sun. But let's take a look.
The new gear
right,
system, I think, is interesting. I figured something like that was coming.
Announcer. All right.
I spoke about it in a little
right.
bit more detail
Again, as always,
in my
just try to
patch
have
notes
fun with
video.
this, so let's check out that run speed. To be fair, for a flyer, he seems a little slow, but that's okay.
It'll be interesting having him
All
on
right.
Human Twitch
I
on the
haven't
same
seen
team.
Many of these skills outside of just pressing around the buttons and that little intro thing, but let's
Do a
check it
little
right out.
swapperoo.
First skill is called Sunstrike. Oh, it was
Yeah,
bright.
I couldn't even
All
see
right.
shit. It just
Cool
froze,
down.
bro.
Yeah, there we go. All right, one more time. Sunstrike.
Okay, it's just a
Alright,
dash.
Last one. This causes burn and paralysis and flame damage. Skill number 2 is called Solar Storm. These guys on the left are going to experience that one. Silence and incapacitation with some flame damage as well.
Yeah, Shishio, I dig that still.
Oh, I like those particles. There you got some of those like little black dots popping around. Is anyone in the chat like a science nerd and can tell me like how hot something has to get to turn that color? Then that'd be really great. We can educate all of us in the chat. All right, skill number 3 is called Solar Prominence. Let's check it out. Oh, yeah. Those guys are having a bad day. It's like melting them, like it's an effect of melting. This causes burn and decreases in flame resistance and adds paralysis and applies itself recovery of HP, accumulate pure damage, and increase basic attack based on pure damage accumulated. Skill number 4 is called Solar Blast.
Yeah, he's literally Human Torch, fam.
You know,
he's just reskinned Human Torch. Remember when Human Torch had the Kamehameha wave that when he would just stand in place?
Real hot.
It's literally the same thing, like kinda, right? And then he has like a Goku, give me your energy.
You can experience the sun in real life without having to go to the sun and melt yourself. All right, this causes stun and applies itself invincible. Skill number 5 is called Nuclear.
I think he's gonna be a good free-to-play character for new players.
Makes his own
great support.
Sun.
Oh, that's cool.
Again,
that's cool.
From the perspective of like you're a baddie in this game, or you're just a baddie in the universe of Marvel, and you like happen to stumble upon someone like Sunspot, you're not coming home. You're that's your last day of service. This causes burn and decreases all basic defense and applies itself an increase of.
If Goku made a spirit bomb and kicked it in your face.
Speed and crit rate while removing incapacitation. All right, next up, let's check out his ultimate skill, Flare Bomb.
Obviously, you choose Sentry or Null for your first
just want to make sure I know
Elite Gear character upgrades.
On the fritz, but let's check out Flare Bomb.
Oh, that's sick.
He's burning so hot that he's
that's
like,
sick, bro.
Yeah, those guys are.
That scene there reminds me of the movies where Human Torch was turning supernova. You remember like the old Fantastic Four movies?
Yes. All right, let's jump into those combos.
It's literally,
we move on to the next
it's literally like that. Like he was looking at his body.
All right.
As he was just turning supernova. That's what I get from that.
Real quick. There we go.
I thought he was going to say real fucking quick.
Look to your fellow community members and content creators. They always come up with really good combos. All right, following up, Beast, who has an animal-like strength and agility, has received a tier 4 advancement.
Hey, Jamie, don't make fun of farming Shadowland, bro, because especially after the last Cosmic Core event.
One of the founding members of the X-Men, Beast also
I'm here for farming Shadowland, bro.
And has an animal-like battle style. I gotta love his look, too. Again, just take a look. He looks like he's like a sports player. He's like getting ready to go.
Like a rugby player?
He slays his
like a football player too, yeah.
He also uses weapons that he's invented, even components of the Sentinel to attack enemies.
I'm disappointed that Beast didn't get
his passive skill,
ignore iframe.
Tier 2 passive power science will all remain the same. So be sure to check those out. I do believe they are listed on the forum as well. But let's check out his uniform options real quick.
Bro, you can literally autoplay Shadowland all the way up to stage 200. Like you start off by just doing solos, and then you start doing teams of 2.
Obviously, we got to choose Cyclops.
They just cut out.
Like they could be, friends or acquaintances, cousins, and then Cable, Heart, Darkness. That's a fun one for me. All right, let's go ahead and check out what Beast can do in game. So
if they gave Storm a good leadership, it would make Cyclops even more worthless. So that's why they didn't do that. Cyclops barely has value as it is.
I know.
Yes, I can. I literally autoplay Shadowland all the way up to stage 200.
See,
no cap.
He looks like he wants to play football, but maybe...
Well,
I guess if you're
you start every stage, but then I just let it autoplay and I come back.
I'm not the best. My knowledge isn't that great with football, so announcer, I don't know if you got any tips there. But let's jump right into it. First skill is called Beast Hunt. Ooh, okay. This causes bleed, as you can see. I just like the way that looks. Skill 2 is called Rolling Stamp.
Bro, if they had put iframe ignore on that,
whose skill was
that would have been so... Bro, if they had put iframe ignore on that, I would have instant tier for this man, bro. Like, literally. Like,
All right, skill
that
number
shit
3
looks
is
so
called
sick.
Technology and
That's
Ferocity.
all I wanted for this man, bro. Like, give me a little bit of iframe
Throw some
ignore.
stuff out. Yeah, some little. Whoa, dang, messed up the ground there.
Spin the block on
Looks like
them
he
beasts,
throws
but
out
like,
a couple little,
they be shitting on my guy Hank, bro.
Stun grenades, but they
So
definitely
sad.
cause some fire damage there. This causes burn, stun, and applies a self barrier. Accumulates pure damage. Increases all basic attack based on pure damage accumulated. All right, skill number 4 is called Sentinel Smash. Whoa,
Not
so
bad.
taking the arm of a sentinel and
Not bad.
flinging it around.
Yeah, it did say he uses Sentinel Suit.
Yeah, I was imagining. I think there's some other skills that use some Sentinel stuff, and I was making.
I thought he was gonna summon the big Sentinel from episode 1.
Another character.
Is it 1 or 2 where he's inside the Sentinel?
Yeah, but that one he's like literally taking it and using it. That's a good way to use it though. This causes burn, shock, and stun, decreases basic defense, and is stackable, and applies itself a recovery of HP with 100% chance to grant all damaged immune and increase basic attacks. All right, skill number 5 is Instinctual Attack. Guys up here on the left haven't had enough action, so let's give them some. I don't want to call it love, but you know. Oh, I love that one.
That's not
Skill
bad.
5 is my favorite of his so far. Spread them all out, so we'll do these little guys here too. This causes bleed, fear, and incapacitation. Applies invincible, increases basic damage by percentage for 1 attack.
Not bad. That skill alone has like what, 50
Same Hunter's
hits?
Chase, but let's check it out in the new uniform as we like to do.
To the garbage bin he goes. Nah, he's a good support. He's decent. Like, honestly,
I want to see it. Sorry, chat.
Like-
I've seen this too many times, but I want to see it one more time.
he's actually a decent character. Between the damage reduction, the extra
And then
damage to
lastly,
people in
we will have
PvP,
his striker
the reflect
skill, which is
protection, the extra
precise
HP,
analysis.
his 4-star passive.
And I added Storm,
Sorry, not his
of course,
4-star passive.
because
His
we
artifact.
keep the
Like,
X-Men
all of these things,
crew.
plus his tier 4 buff. Beast is actually,
This
like,
causes,
borderline a good
This
character.
ignores all damage over max.
If he had
HP,
iframe
increases
ignore,
basic damage.
he would be I would insta tier for him, bro. Just for like Otherworld Battle and AC
Will
and
we go
stuff.
2 for 2, we'll see.
Like, they just shortchange him just a tiny bit. Just a
And
tiny bit.
5.
Like, all he needed was a little bit of iframe ignore, bro.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's
Alrighty.
a better version of America
This is another
Chavez.
character who
A little bit more
is
selfish
a
because
scientist and a compassionate member of
the
the
reflect
X-Men team.
protection only
Up
applies to
next,
himself.
We have Storm, who controls the wind and weather, and has also gained new power through this update.
My bae. Let's go.
All right.
I know some of y'all not
As you can
rocking
see
with
here, we have
Mohawk
the new
Storm,
looks and abilities
but I dig
for
it.
Storm, whose priority is to protect mutants and the world. As we know, Storm manipulates the weather, such as wind, ice, and thunder, to attack her enemies. Always thought she was a really cool character, personally. In addition, she can also buff herself with her skills and attack together with Magneto as well, so look out for that one. Her leader skill, Fair Wind, applies to all allies and increases all speed. Her passive skill, Eye of the
Yeah, I
Storm,
can hear the banging sound as well.
Tier 2 passive,
It's
Turn
coming
Storm
from their stream. I don't
has
know why.
increased, skill and bonus damage while decreasing damage received.
I think it might be one of the meteorites that are
as well.
passing on the screen for them.
Let's see. I personally, again, gotta go with Cyclops. He's part of the crew. And then Moon Knight, because I wish there'd be a second season. And last, let's go with Ebony Ma. Now to check out her skills in game. You gotta catch that little hero entrance. As always, let's give her a good.
Looks like she's
She
still going to
seems
be
very
procking on her 4.
She is casually getting to wherever she needs to be, living her best life.
She looks a little bit faster than she
Sunspot's
usually.
faster. She is. She has a little dust cloud. She's hovering just close enough to the ground. All right. First.
Who do I think is going to be the best character? In the show or like in the game? Ooh, that's faster.
I like that one actually.
It looks faster than
Dash,
before.
Actually.
Let me try. Let me see that guy. Oh yeah, it looks faster than before.
Still got the guy on the left there. Again, this causes shock and paralysis. And skill number 2 is called a Wind Snare. I appreciate that her set of skills kind of incorporates all the different elements.
I think Storm is going to be the go-to pickup for everyone. like especially free to
Little
play.
wind up before that wind, little cyclone. It's almost like she's throwing a cyclone punch, you know? This causes snare and some lightning damage.
Second
actually.
skill, not really for me. It's too slow on the wind up. Hope you can
Shock at the
cancel
end.
out
Alright,
of it.
skill number 3 is called Ice Spike.
A little bit too slow on the wind up for me.
Rough day for anyone experiencing Ice Spike. Alright, noted. Yeah, I apologize ahead in the chat if the mic is extra sensitive today. I'll try to not to be so crazy or loud or hurt anyone's ears. I can't help if it happens. And trust me, it's probably going to happen at least one time. All right, again, Ice Spike. Check it out one last time. This causes chill and applies itself and increase to basic attack.
Looks like you can cancel out of it though.
Incapacitation with a 100% chance to grant all damage immune. Skill number 4 is called Conductive Strikes. Woo! All right, let's check it out. Oh, there's Magneto way over on the side. I gotta.
Oh yeah, they took that right out of the show.
Let's see.
They took that right out of the
Right
show.
here, so maybe get a good.
If I didn't watch those couple episodes, I never would have
he's
noticed.
That's cool. Okay, so she's electrocuting metal that Magneto throws in. That's kind of fun to get a better. There we go. See, just it's kind of off.
Yeah, that's right out of episode 2.
I swear. This causes a shock fracture and applies itself.
Yeah, it's 2, right? Yeah, I think it's episode 2.
Skill number 5 is called Omega Storm. Pretty hefty name. Let's see if it lives up to the title. Oh, I mean, already.
Oh shit, that looks sick. That looks sick.
She's there for business. This increases all resistances to chill.
Bro, Storm has a bazillion looks.
Basic defense while applying to self-recovery of HP and increasing all basic attack.
They'll eventually get the one that you want in game.
Ultimate skill, Goddess Judgment. This one will remain the same, but I just like seeing them all because, you know, it's fun.
Storm is like Iron Man. Like, Storm has more uniforms than even Iron Man has suits. And Iron Man has, like, so many. And Spider-Man. Spider-Man has, like, a lot, too. I'm just talking, like, in terms of comics.
Charged or fried. And her striker skill will also remain the same. This one accumulates a small percentage of pure lightning and chill damage when attacking. Increases lightning and chill damage. Let's just go ahead and take a look. And I threw in their Gambit just for fun.
Like, I'm pretty sure they could drop a Storm uniform every year from now until the game shut down and not get every uniform Storm has ever worn throughout Marvel Comics. That's how many looks she has, bro.
3, 5, and 4.
Her swag is just different. Granted, a lot of them look similar, but she just likes to change up her fashion. That's just how she rocks, bro.
So the last combo, you got Magneto in there. All right. Make them mind your weather, sister, and then weather your mind.
I like that. I like that.
All right, last up. His name is Cyclops, and he's definitely a good guy. He can blast powerful energy beams from his eyes, and he can also...
Concussive beams.
And has also become stronger. Cyclops is an iconic figure that leads the mutants. And I have to say, personally, back in the day, if I look back at like watching the show, he was one of the characters I remember the most. Besides the man who says bub. And you all know who I'm talking about, our boy. But aside from his energy blasts, Cyclops also attacks his enemies with Sunspot, giving Sunspot a little shine. He's a new hero, you know how it goes. And it's nice to see the older generation lend a hand to the up-and-coming heroes. His leader skill is Natural Born Leader. This increases all basic attack by a higher percentage, as well as basic defense. His passive skill, Leader of X-Men, applies to all allies and increases energy attack and basic damage dealt to super villains.
I figured as much. It was a typo on the forums.
Ignores dodge rate. Gets a buff with super armor and increases in basic damage and a high percentage to skill and bonus damage. And last up, we'll check out his uniform options as well.
Say, Kate does not like him and his one-liners. So far, anyways.
Now
from the few episodes we've watched, she's not a Cyclops fan. If I remember correctly, I think she said the only character she likes is Storm and Madeline because Madeline looks pretty cool and got pretty badass in episode 3.
He has like a little red blur at the end. The trail. His eye lasers are so intense, you know? Alrighty. Skill number 1 is Blazing Punch. Hope everyone's doing well in the chat this evening. This causes shock and snare. Imagine getting punched in the face and then shot with a laser beam. All right, skill number 2 is called Optic Crush. Again, sounds like someone's gonna. Yep. The laser beam is so intense that it rips up the ground and destroys your day. This causes stun, fracture, and paralysis. And skill number 3 is called Double Optic Blast. Yeah, you're having a bad day. I'm telling you, if you're up against Cyclops, to be fair, I wouldn't want to mess with most of these superheroes or supervillains. This causes burn.
I hope you can cancel out of that.
Granting all damage immunity and accumulates pure damage, increases all basic attack based on pure damage accumulated. Skill number 4 is called Optic Prism.
Oh, that looks so sick. That looks so sick. That's part of what he did when he was landing out of the plane, right?
Oh, that was there we go.
Yeah, when he was coming down. Yeah, that's sick. I like that. I like that scene.
Okay. The other one was perfect before.
If he did his hero landing there, that would have been really cool too. That
right? Decreases all basic defense and is stackable and applies itself invincible.
I hope 5 is cancelable so he can proc on 4, because 4 looks sick,
Skill
bro.
5 is called Sunspot Bomb. I'm gonna reset these guys.
Like, from everything I've seen so far up until the 3rd episode, that scene when he was landing, I'm like, wait, Cyclops can fly now? And then I seen him land, I'm like, oh yeah, that's gangster.
He's like powering up his little sun bomb thing. That's cool.
The superhero landing was legit, bro. Say, yeah, it looks like you proc on 4, which is sick. You do 3, hopefully it's a slight delay, 5 delay, proc on 4. That's lit.
Increases all basic attack, defense, speed, and crit rate.
I think I'll rock out with him for a couple.
Let's check out his
and then put him back to an insight.
Rays of Ruin. All right. This one
long.
All basic defense, decreases speed, causes burn and snare, and applies itself. Increases guaranteed crit rate, 100% chance to penetrate with super armor, barrier shield.
Give him the full gas.
Invincibility increases basic damage by a large percentage for 1 attack, and ruins your day. All right, and then we'll just go ahead and check out the striker skill as well. This one will remain the same, but it's called Piercing Beam. Now that everyone is all spread apart.
Since it's called Piercing Beam, it would have been nice if we gave him iframe ignoring all of his skills.
All right. It's combo time. Combo.
Yep, you're proccing on 4, just like I said. I figured.
3, 5, and 4.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the boy.
I love the 5 when he
the 5 or the 4
jumps up there.
The 4 is lit, bro.
All right. Well, the professor loved to say, "Trust happens when action meets words." Thank you, Cyclops, for those great words. I appreciate it. All right, let's move on to the next section, shall we?
It's nice to see that they took a couple of the scenes right out of the show.
No. All right, there we go. Alrighty then, with the character showcase finished up, we're gonna move on to some new content coming along with the V100 update. And that's right, if you've seen the forum, you already know Elite Gear has been created to give your heroes the edge in the battle to come. Tier 4 heroes will be able to break their stronger than ever before. But question is, what does that mean?
Ebon Rose.
A 5th gear slot has been unlocked, and agents will be able to choose the specialization stats, the gear stats of the elite gear. So each hero can be customized on your own, whatever you like there. So let's take a closer look at the upgrading of that elite gear, shall we?
My boy's struggling.
All right. With that being said, bear in mind this is a test build, and as you can see, there's no gear equipped on some of these characters. But that's okay. If you want to, I have some gear on some other characters later.
I thought you were
Let's
already
go ahead and
upgrading
jump
the
into,
first
let's
4
switch on
gears.
Cyclops. We'll stay here. As mentioned earlier, elite gear are upgradable gears and are only available for tier 4 heroes. As you saw in that slide earlier, there are 4 types of elite gear, and the type of elite gear is available for each hero may differ. An elite gear has 4 specializations.
Specialization.
Words are hard. Has 4 specialization stats, 3 common specialization stats, and 1 unique stats for the base. And you can kind of see this down here.
Okay.
Just locked out at the moment, but you'll get right in with the materials. For example,
hold up, we're gonna pause it here.
We'll have an increase to all elemental damage where there's a serpent crown.
Hold up, because I want to actually look at this. So we got 1,000 and a milli to start. Okay, so my initial thought of this was you're gonna level up the gears that were already at 30 to 200, but it's actually a whole new gear slot. Okay.
Basic damage received, and we can even show you right here. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see how it works. Just give a quick unlock. And each character has different gear that you'll need. So you see now we have some, we can manage the gear. Click here. And then I only on level 1, so like let's say all basic attacks.
Okay, so this page right here is exactly the same as like leveling up your agent level and stuff. Right, extra max HP is nice for PvP. Crit rate, yeah. So most people, if you're like a new player, crit rate and dodge will help you. But I think for most people, it's just gonna be all attack, all defense, max HP, and recovery rate, because crit rate is easy to max out with a CTP of rage if you need it. Same for dodge. Surprised that they didn't put crit damage in here or anything. Okay, this thing's still going.
Level up the gear, and let's max it out, shall we? At least here.
Oh,
right,
it's
all the material we have
cheaper than I thought it would be.
Let's push it through.
You're out of materials, my boy.
And then now we have all these points, so we can apply them wherever we want. Don't mind me. I'm just, giving you a good example. But you apply.
Okay, show us how to.
Bam.
Okay, can you show us how to reset the thing?
That is a challenge. But yeah. When you unlock the gear, you increase that level. When you level up gear, you can acquire gear stats and specialization stats, as you see, and you can distribute the gear and stats how you would like that suits your heroes and your player style. Aside from old materials, you've noticed 2 new materials in there as well. We have that can be found, and
this is actually significantly cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I don't know if I'm the only one who thought you were going to have to get each individual gear up to 200. Only having to level up 1 is actually significantly cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
In the World Boss Legend and Arena Shop, and if you didn't see those...
Oh, hold on. What was Storm? Hold on. Storm's also a blast character and a mutant.
In the World Boss Legend and Arena Shop, and if you didn't see those...
Oh, okay, so what you call it? The 5th gear thing is not based on being a mutant or being a blast character. I thought for a second that what do you call these things? I can't remember what he called them. Whatever. I thought for a second all the blast characters would have the same like 4th gear thing here. So same way as Storm has like the Shion thing. I thought Storm would have it too since she's blast and mutant, but I guess not. Interesting.
Those are the Godstone here, and the other one.
Hold on. What was Sunspot is
Godstone
not tier 4
here. And if you didn't see those,
okay.
Those are
so Team Battle Arena, World Boss Legend.
The Godstone here, and the other one, as you saw here.
Okay, same place for both of them.
Power of Demiurge. What do you think, announcer?
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah. Oh right. Just pretend everyone that you're hearing the announcer. Anyway, I keep forgetting there's microphone issues. Right. So be sure you play this extra content so you can get that specialization stats on my equipment, and that includes World Boss, Legend, and Team Battle Arena. All right.
I hope the drops are good, and it'll be interesting to see if the material drops more at higher levels. And in addition to that, guys, make sure that on Tuesday you don't do your wall boss runs or your TB. Actually, TBA doesn't matter because you're just buying it from the shop. But your wall boss runs until after the patch on on Wednesday. Yeah, like Wednesday early morning. Y'all gonna have to wake up and do it then. Yeah, I still have the free to play alliance.
Moving on. Aside from this, a card crafting tutorial has been added and related features have been improved. We'll check that out next, shall we? All right, now the premium cards can also be changed to premium boost card packs to save your inventory slot.
Wait, what?
Make sure to always check out those locked cards.
Oh shit!
You don't want to convert the ones you don't need. And the last thing you want to do is actually use the cards that aren't working. But also, we have this card crafting event going on right here. Hold on 1 second.
Depending on how active you are for like AC, you couldn't even join my main alliance.
Keep going. The last thing, so that was in relation to the card crafting item. This can change the color of the crafted star that you've added. It's called the card recraft ticket. So let me show you that one real quick. And mind my inventory. Again, this is a test build. So you can see some of my old cards here. These are just some random ones. Let's go with Gwenpool. Select that one. All right. You can use items like this to change the color of the stars into one of the starting from the left. But there's one thing to watch out for. The craft options will also be changed. So please check if you're willing to change the color of the stars, even if the craft option will be changed. All right. So that's the item I wanted to show. We accidentally showed this thing next, but that's okay. Now is the card crafting quest that I mentioned and you've seen in the forum.
This is not as good as I would have wanted it to be, bro. It would have been nice.
For fun.
It would have been nice if you could lock the... Oh, that's nice. But the stats are shit.
There we go. Got a little bit in action. But all right.
It would have been nice if you could lock the stats.
The card crafting quest. Say that 5 times fast for me. All righty then. The card crafting quest is an event for new players, or actually everyone, but you can select one premium card that you want to craft from the list. And I believe we have a video we can show of that was played earlier.
Bro, you know how much people spent to try and get the Marvel Zombie cards?
Again, but there's a quick video. There's going to be about, I think there's 9 to 12 different cards on there you can pick.
Oh. 9 to 12, not all 20?
Include the What If, Ghost Rider, and Marvel Zombies. But other than that, most of them can be.
Hold on, I just spoke over. Did he just say you can't get that?
And some of the exclusions include the What If, Ghost Rider, and Marvel Zombies. But other than that, most of them can be selected.
Sad, boys. Sad, boys. Sad. I thought.
Show that quick video.
I don't know why I thought they would give y'all a chance.
There we go. All right, here we go.
You can't get the Ghost Rider card or
I was watching
the zombie card
videos earlier, and I went with Luna Snow for this little test. But you can see the different ones available here. Let's see. And then once you collect it, then there's going to be, you can proceed with these quests with a premium comic card you selected, and you'll get that 6-star crafted premium comic card as such. All right. Now, back to me. All right. Whew. All right. So as you can see here, you can get that 3-star card recraft ticket and these here. Check out here. Some of these rewards might be going too fast for everybody.
Chasing one specific card is always painful, bro.
Each quest will require a different kind of thing you need to do. For example, Dimension Quest, clear 10 stages. I just did one to show. And then as you go up that list, you'll be able to upgrade your card. And agents will be able to get an additional pierce damage. Can get at least 2% through this quest. The tutorial will be available to all users, so not just new users. So don't miss a chance to get a 6-star crafted premium card. And lastly, let's take some time to look at the quality of life improvements coming with this update.
Yeah, sadly, guys, no Marvel Zombies, no Ghost Rider. That would have saved people a lot of money, and you know they need that.
A new
They need
tutorial
that.
will be added, and some tutorials have also been changed for new agents, so new agents can catch up a little easier. At the 3 heroes that are distributed in the beginning, so that is Captain America, Iron Man, and Black Widow. They will now start at a 6-star. And new agents can also equip a uniform to Iron Man with the Iron Man uniform tutorial. And the next agents can set a tier 4 skill hero right away from the pop-up notice that shows up when you proceed to content without choosing a tier 4 skill hero. This happens to me all the time. I'll go into some content and it'll be like, oh, you don't have a striker. And then you'll be able to set that up. So I think it's pretty convenient. So let us know in the chat that that's something that helps you. I always mistakenly forgot to do it. But lastly, the maximum enchant count of bulk enchant will now be limited based on your inventory slot, which will prevent inventory slot from being overloaded from now on. And we've also added more convenience features were added and errors were fixed. And as you could probably see on the forum, we tried to list out all those. So be sure to check out the forum if you're missing any details here. And with that, that is the main list of updates for the June update so far. I saw some questions about some of the comic cards there. It should say on the forum if you're looking for any details about which cards are or aren't there. But as always, like I said, there's more details on the forum. Thank you for joining us. But now it's time for that special sweet coupon code. The code is back to the 90s. I think that's a great code. It's so hard because like usually I have the announcer to back off, and now it's just me monologuing once again. It's like way back in the day before we added him, so I'm just like da 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 da. Anyway, this coupon code can be reused in the main hobby screen settings, info, and coupon. And if you're an iOS and Apple user, you usually have a coupon registration forward pop in the chat, but everyone should know where it is if you've been here before. If not,
let me see what it is.
Community members by sending that link to them. And with that, that's all for today's announcements. Be sure to follow us on social media for all things Marvel Future Fight. Like this video, subscribe to our channel if you're not. What are you doing here? Thanks for joining if you've just randomly found us on the internet. Normally, this is the part where I'd bounce over to the announcer to say, how are you doing? And check on him. But with his mic out, it's just going to be me. So again, just want to take a moment to say thank you to all the community members who have joined us every time. Regardless of your time zone, I know it could be late for some of us, so thank you very much. Appreciate you always, and we couldn't do this without you. Again, that code is back to the 90s, and good night, everyone. This is Thorell signing off, and the announcer, he's here in the background working, and we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful evening.
Anyways, the only thing I gotta say is that I wish they had included at least the Ghost Rider card, but it is kind of sad that they didn't. I am happy, however, that this new gear system doesn't seem like it's gonna be as expensive as I initially thought. I initially thought you're gonna have to get each individual gear up to 200 for whatever crazy reason, but if it's just one gear, it's still gonna be an expensive slow grind, but not as bad as I was initially thinking. Anyways, ladies and gents, leave me your thoughts in the comments. I think the patch notes are actually pretty good. Pretty good. But we'll have to wait and see how these uniforms actually function when the update goes live. Specifically, Cyclops, for a lot of y'all who jumped the gun on him. I pray for y'all. At least Beast didn't have tier 4 ahead of time, so no one could have tier 4'd him just to be disappointed. And I think a lot of people are going to skip over the uniform just because of the fact that it's only giving him 5% more HP to allies if you're going to use him as a support. You know, versus his last one, which was 40. So it kind of sucks. But he's decent. He's actually like beyond decent. It's just sad. Anyways, leave me your thoughts in the comments. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.